everybody, it's Margaret with Texas Gal Treasures, and I am bringing you a Q&A video. Over the last months, I've had some questions pop up in the comment section, and I've answered some of them, but I wanted to answer them more broadly just in case there were more people that had the same questions. First of all, I'd like to say that there are a series on Etsy that I was working on that I never got around to finishing, which I need to go back and do to finish talking about Etsy teams and things. Just with the beginning of school year, I love my excuses, and anyway, those need to be finished up because I haven't. And all right, what's the next question? I've already done a video about how to find sales, the sale price on Etsy, so I can link that in the bottom. Someone asked, how do you find what item sold for? Oh, and then I wanted to let you know that sometimes I can't respond to questions or comments in the comment section because there's something you have to enable, to let me reply to you. So if you don't get a reply from me, check your settings, because sometimes it just lets me give you a thumbs up or thumbs down. I've never thumbs down anybody. I get thumbs down sometimes though. Why? I don't know. They're lost. All right, I'm sure it's maybe not right. Deborah Kubler asks, how do you determine if the items you pick up are vintage? Just by looking at them? I was curious, as I know you mentioned Etsy only lets you list vintage items. Yeah, sometimes it is just basically when I pick them up and you kind of know by looking at them. Here, I'll show you an example. It's in the basket. You're on the basket. So like this frame, I would say is vintage just by the look of it. It doesn't have a date or anything on it or a maker, but just kind of by the way the graphics are. And the more you do it, the more you'll get a feel for whether it's vintage or not. I do take a little more liberties on some of the jewelry because it's hard for me to tell what plus, vintage on Etsy is 20 years ago, and 20 years ago is in the 90s. So I can't remember if it's 96 or 94 or something like that. So something to me that doesn't look like it would really be vintage because it was from the 90s is really vintage. Just so sad. So that's how I do it. Unless it's glaringly not vintage, I don't know. Maybe that's bad advice, but anyway. Oh man, these names are going to send me for a forgive me in advance. Carmel Guilfoyle. She says, hi Margaret, well done to meet your weekly goal. Can I ask you if you use promoted listings feature on Etsy? I started using it, but it can run into quite a bit of money to get traffic. Etsy has something called promoted listings where you can choose particular items or shop particular categories in your shop to promote. And it's nice because they let you choose how much you want to spend on this, whether it's $7 to on up. And then they'll promote your items to the amount of money that you have set aside for it. I've used it in the past, but I never really saw a huge upswing in my sales by using it, so I kind of don't use it so much anymore. But then again, I was never really one to spend a lot of money on the promotions. Maybe that's something I should look into. I don't know. But no, I don't. And Judy Boyne asks, I would like to start selling a boatload of costume jewelry for my grandmother. How can I tell what the material the items are made of? How do you distinguish sterling silver, gold, diamonds versus zirconium, etc.? I don't want to pay for a jeweler to examine them. How should I go about doing this? Well, I went ahead and invested in a testing kit. I ordered it off of, it was either Amazon or eBay. I got it new though. And it's a box and it has all the different acids for testing the different metals. And it has a magnet that I use to test, just to see if I need to take it to the next level. Because sometimes it's not marked. I'm having trouble getting my words out. Another thing I ordered was it's a diamond tester, and it's like I don't even have it with me. Maybe I should show it to you. But anyway, it's a diamond tester, and it's a contraption that you charge up and you set it on top of the stone. And if it's a diamond, it makes a certain, the lights go up to here and it go beep, 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 or whatever. Like, that's what it does. So that's what I did. And I just watched some different YouTube videos on testing and making sure I was using the tools correctly. So that's what I did. Amy Sawade asks, where did you get your photo tent? I love how big it is. I have a DIY photo setup that is failing miserably. I did it too. When I first started, I made like the cardboard box one that you see people do on, like, they make it look so easy. But then I got this ginormous big mama one back here. And I got it on Amazon. And it's just a big one because I knew I had some taller 18-inch dolls and some vases and things, and I wanted to have something to photo them in. And next, Fergalicious49 asks, hi there, could you please tell me how to get started in the reselling business? Thank you so much. And here was my response. I did write back. I said, hi, I'd say to start small and build as you gain capital. That's how I did it. I didn't go and get a big loan or just, cash in my whatever, 401k or anything. When I started, and luckily, I was able to start part-time. I started with $35 and I would go out and I would pick up things and I would sell them, and then the profit from that, I would, reinvest in going out again to buy more stuff, and it slowly built up. And yeah, it took time. Another thing you could do is look around your house, see what you've got that you're maybe not using or that you think, hey, let me try it out. I was watching Picker's Pulse last night, and Jason T. Smith was talking about he had a VCR in his, not pantry, words. You can relate. I know you can. He had a VCR in a closet, and he was thinking of just donating it, and he thought, all right, let me look it up. And it ended up being a really, it sold for a good amount of money. I think $60 or more, something like that. So just look around, see what's around your house, and start out that way. And watch videos, because that kind of helps, listen to advice about taking good pictures and listing all the flaws. That's more important than getting the sale, making sure they know what they're getting. Like my fingers shaking at you. Okay, Mary Jane McGuire asks, are you able to do a video on how to send things into Amazon? And I was planning on doing a video on this because I have a ginormous pile. And then Planet Alyssa just put out a series, I think, of 3 videos that seem pretty comprehensive on getting started and sending things into Amazon FBA. So I would say check that out. I know there are quite a few others. I like Michael Pierce, and who else did I watch? It'll come back to me. But anyway, I might still do it just because, and I've done some in the past where I show, how I look things up, or I don't know. Anyway, so check out Planet Alyssa's, and also do a search, for, Amazon FBA, getting started in the Amazon FBA, and there's probably a few out there. Not that I don't want to do it, I do, but, I'm just like, ugh. Planet Alyssa just made a video on that. I'm going to do it too. So there. No. I couldn't do it. So I thought I'll wait a while and see. Maybe I'll do it just a little differently. I don't know. Probably nobody cares. It's probably just me being silly, and who cares, right? All right. All right. Roland Leager, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right either. His question is, what program do you use to edit your photos? Also, how are you able to edit once the photos are already posted on Etsy? Now, this is a good question. I might have to do a screen share for this one. I usually use, you know what, I will. I'm going to do a screen share. Boop-a-doo. Let me see. And what I normally do, let me click on my picks to list. This way. Keep it all organized. All right, so let's say I've got this purse. Let me pull up the picture of it. And I want to brighten up the background. It's already in preview, so I'll go to Tools and I'll say Adjust Color, like so. And I will, just slide things around to adjust the color or the exposure to brighten it up a little bit. Because you see in my original photo, it's a little dingy in the background. So I just brighten it up a little bit. Nothing too change the image, or the actual item too much, and then I save that out. Now, what if I have a photo on Etsy that needs to be cleaned up? And this happens. I come across older listings where I wasn't as diligent about taking good photos. And so let me pull that up for you and I'll show you what I do. Here we go. Here I've got this doll, and you can see the background looks a little bit darker. I forget you can see me. So what I'll do is I'll take him and I will just drag and drop. I'm clicking and holding down on my mouse and drop the picture here. And then I will pop it back open, and once again it pops open in preview. So I'll adjust color from there and do it the same way. That's gonna bother me. I'll just brighten it up like so, not too much though, just a little bit. I'll brighten it up a little bit, take a look, that looks okay. Sometimes I'll adjust the temperature, but the temperature looks pretty okay. It's a little blue, but that's all right. And then I will save it out. Then I can come back over here. It's a little too bright. I think his face looks too white. No, I don't want to do that. So I'll take it back down just a little bit. Quit it, you. I don't like that. Okay, yes, stop. Okay, so it's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. And then here I will come over and I will edit. And then I will remove that photo. And then I'll pop that new one back in there. Where'd you go? There you are. Choose, and then I'll slide him over. Blunk, clunk, clunk him in place. And that's how I do it. So he's brightened up some. So I'll do that when I find photos that, maybe I didn't do such a great job at making sure that they look nice enough. That's how I do it. Okay. We can just leave that open. You can see the questions. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Thrifty Teresa asks, what a great haul. You and your sister are hilarious. Thanks for the shout out. How do you ship? Oh, my accordion peg thingies that I get. So what I do is I use the priority mailbox that looks like it's like the shoebox one, and then I use 2 of them. So that goes in with, wrapped nicely, and then it's got the craft paper to kind of keep it from wiggling around in there. And then I pull another one of those shoebox ones over it, and then just tape that puppy up, and then we're good to go. That's what I do. No, I don't use a priority tube. I wonder if that would work. I wonder if I could cut a priority tube. Can you do that? Because I've got some. I wonder if I've got some of those triangle shaped ones. I wonder if I have, it'd probably be too small. But anyway, I wonder if I'll cut it and make it, and that would be awesome. Let's see. Red Bunny asks, what scan app do you use? And will that app work on non-book items? I'm not an Amazon seller yet and would love to start selling. I use the Profit Bandit app, and I know that's about a $9.99, $10 fee every month, but I figure it saves me money when I scan things and I don't buy them, because I'm like, ooh, I thought this would be good. I was going to buy it, and then I scan it and it's not, and so I thought, oh, that saved me some money from that. And it does work on non-book items. And sometimes I'll use the Amazon just seller app, but not quite as much at all. Next up, Michelle Tunstall asks, oh, I lost my question. I would love to try Amazon FBA. Okay, I already answered something like that. Judy Holden said, will you pretty please do a video on exactly what you send into Amazon? I can do that. I talked about that a second ago, so I can do that as well, and just kind of show I have a pile. What I do when I go out is that I just pick up books, toys, games, and then they go on the pile. They go on the pile, and then my pile gets like this big, and I'm like, oh, I gotta send in a shipment. Okay, this is gonna bug me. Now I'm gonna stop. Okay, next up, I have a question from Thrifty Paper Garden. That's Julie. And she asks if I could talk about shipping perfumes and the restrictions that lie therein. And I actually learned myself because I had a little bit of conflicting information from one of my postal workers even. I took my perfume in to be shipped. I didn't do it at home like I normally do, have it all printed out and ready to go because I wasn't sure. So I went in and I asked him, I know that I need to send this ground. What exactly? And he was like, well, how big is it? Is it more than this many ounces? And I was like, no, it's, like 5 ounces or something. I don't remember. And he's like, oh, well, you can ship it priority. I was like, okay, are you sure? And then it turns out, no, that was incorrect information. So I shipped it that way because he was like, oh yeah, you can do it. It's fine as long as it's under blah, blah, blah. But no, that's bad information. And I actually said something on one of the, I think it was Shipping with the Boys or something like that. And I was like, lots of people said, no, that's not right. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. So correct information is it has to be shipped ground, which is partial post. And you have to let them know, or I do, and they can stamp it and they'll say, flammable or perfume or whatever it says on the thing. Lotion, I'm not sure because lotion is not, unless it's flammable lotion, which would be interesting. But yeah, so that's how it is with the perfumes. Christine Ray asked, off topic, but how do you ship folded wrapping paper? I did a video showing how I ship my wrapping paper using the cardboard and the craft paper. But then when I did that, somebody said, hey, I would use my poly bags. And I thought, oh, that's a good idea. So I tried it because I have these poly bags that would fit. And sure enough, it fit in there. So I just take the cardboard, to make it stiffer because I don't want it to bend or tear or anything when it's in there. I want it to get there nice and flat, just the way they see it in the picture. And it ended up saving me like 17 or 18 cents to send it in the poly bag. So that's how I do it now. Let's see. Old, New, and Blue wanted to know about a video about my antique space. I'll have to do that. That would be good. I haven't done one of those in a while. Beautiful Messy Life asks, how am I opening the tabs so fast when I open a new tab when I do my sales recording video? On my Mac, I just hold down Command T, or that's just to open a blank tab, but if I'm clicking on a link, if you hold down the command button and then click on the mouse, it'll open it up in a new tab automatically. Let's see what else. Let's see. Lomloy, I might for sure be saying that wrong, says, can I ask you how you find the time to do all that reselling on Etsy and eBay that they entail? I have a full-time job, but no kids or husband, and I still have trouble with finding time to list my items. Are there any tips or secrets you can share? Well, I don't, I don't work full-time, so that's part of, I have a lot more flexibility in my day. I do volunteer up at my kids' school, and then when the kids are home and the husband's home, it's, pretty much that's it. I'm off duty, my duty stuff. It just kind of builds up. When I find time, I do it. My youngest son still, he gets scared at night. And so we sit on his chair until he falls asleep. And so a lot of times I'll sit there and I'll watch, one of the live YouTube shows, and I'll, edit photos. Or I'll sit there and I'll list while he's, settling down and getting himself to sleep. But that's pretty much it. I just kind of do it when I find the time, like one here, one there, edit photos. I don't watch a lot of TV. But other than that, that's pretty much it. That's what I do. Hopefully that helps. But yeah, I don't have a life. So anyway, thanks everybody. It got really dark. Is that weird? Like, why is it so dark? Maybe it's no, it's not my computer. Maybe it's getting dark outside. Oh, yeah, maybe it is. So anyway, thanks so much for all the questions. If you have more, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. And thanks so much for watching. Make sure you come over and find me on Facebook at Texas Gal Treasures. And I, post when I have new videos out. Sometimes I'll post new things in the shop, not always. And then like cute cat videos and just things to make you smile. That's That's my MO over there on the Facebook. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Make sure you go out and enjoy yourself, everybody. Bye. So Deborah Kruller, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Deborah Deborah Kubler, which I'm sure it's not, maybe not right. I wanted to share a few little personal items for you. I was getting my nails done, and this is like, who cares, Margaret? But anyway, I'm telling you. You know, I started getting my nails done. I was so jealous, not jealous, but just like I would see Thrifty Teresa. I'm always talking about her. But anyway, she gets her nails done, and they're so pretty. And so I started getting my nails done, and then I started running into the issue of, oh my gosh, I have to decide. I listen to a lot of audiobooks, which I know I could get from the library, but I just hate waiting. And I have an Audible account, so I was just trying to figure out, man, I'm not not bringing in enough money to cover my nails and my books. So I had to choose. So books won. So I'll start, you know, once my nails look better, I'll start doing them at home by myself and save a little money. But that's just me. Okay. Another thing happened today too, before I get into the Q&A, or I may put this at the end, so maybe at the end. My husband asked me to take some shirts to the dry cleaners just to get them pressed. They were already clean because I just don't have time to press shirts in my day. I don't make time in my day to press his shirts. Bad wife? I don't know. No. So I take them to the dry cleaner, and I say, I want to get these shirts pressed. Just pressed, no starch, nothing, you know. And she says, oh, it'll be cheaper if you get them washed and pressed. I was like, oh, all right, well, how much cheaper? Well, it's going to be $1 more. I'm like, wait a minute here. Let me tell you how that works, lady. If it costs me more, it doesn't cost me less. That doesn't save me money. So she was still like trying. I mean, I was like, that's not less. And she's like, it's a better deal. It'll be less. I'm like, it's not less. It's $1 more. Finally, I just had to stop. I'm like, I'm not having this discussion with this lady at the dry cleaners about how $1 more is less. So anyway, I finally convinced her, just pressed, not washed. And I'll save my $1 for the Dollar Tree or something else. I don't know. All right. Let me get into the questions.